Swift Protocols. Hello and welcome to Swift Protocols. In object-oriented programming, a protocol, or sometimes also called as an interface, is a way for two different objects to communicate with each other. In a protocol or interface, you define methods and values which the objects which use them, or say objects that follow them, implement them, just so that they can communicate with each other. It's more like saying when you cook something, it's a protocol or a rule that you follow a particular recipe. You do not go and add spices to your ice cream or say have cheese with watermelon, even though in some countries it's a delicacy. So, protocols are a set of rules that you follow while using a set of objects that you need to communicate with each other. So, they're just definitions of functions or values or variables. They do not do anything inside them. It's only the responsibility of the class or the structure that's using it to implement them. So let's go and start defining a protocol and see how actually we write a protocol. So I'm going to go and open Xcode and create a new playground and call it protocols. Delete everything in here. So protocol is started with protocol, the name suggests. I'm going to give it a name, let's say recipe. So my protocol is a recipe protocol. Inside this, as I mentioned, I can create some variables. So I'm going to give a name to the recipe, make it of the type string. There's something wrong here that I'm not going to let you know, and there you go. So property in protocol must have explicit get or get and set. So protocol, when you're defining variables inside it, you probably have to give minimum a getter. So I'm going to give a getter for this so you can actually get the value of it, but you can't set the value of it. I'm going to give another one called as recipe description, set it as a string too, and this one give both get and set method. That's it. And next, let's define one function, a basic function that says tell me about this recipe. Now I'm not going to give the implementation of this, just the functionality, and let's say this returns back a string. So if you see a protocol, I'm just defining the functions and variables. I'm not actually assigning anything to it. That's how far the protocol goes. You don't do anything away from it. So when two classes or two objects are talking to each other, they can implement this protocol in them, and just so that they can communicate through functions or to values, so they can talk to each other. So that's how protocols works.